I have been successful in this world in TV and film and advertising. I've won an Emmy for my work on I Am Groot on Disney+. I was the producer on the project, working with Marvel, and the director, Kirsten Lepore, who was wonderful. So to have it cap off with an Emmy, was pretty cool. We weren't expecting that. My name is Adam Goins. I am a post and visual effects producer. I am an audio engineer, conductor, and I'm a singer. I've worked in post-production for 20 years, done some really amazing things on the visual side, but as a classical musician and audio engineer, that's really what brought me to ProMedia and to come back around to this love and passion of mine to further my life in mix engineering. I grew up around a lot of music. My grandparents were opera singers. My mother was a Broadway singer and actor. So music was always around me, and so it wasn't too much of a surprise that music became what I loved. I was exposed to so much of it. So my dream, was to work in a music studio as a mixer. And so I finished up at Brown early 2000s, and through some connections I ended up at a post-production house that did commercials and promos. I was trying to make my way into the engineering department, but ended up getting pulled in a different direction on the behind the scenes, and that put me on a path that was different than I expected, but I feel in retrospect, taught me a ton. But music and audio have always been tapping me on the shoulder like, hey, why don't we keep doing this thing that we loved, from the beginning? And it took me a while to realize, I really want to get back to that. And that's really where I got started and wanting to connect with ProMedia and actually go back to some schooling. Pro Tools it's pretty remarkable. I came to it and realized, oh yeah, I remember this. And then after ProMedia, I was like, oh wait, but you can do that? That's easier. I was always doing it this way. So I realized that I was gaining so much knowledge, even though I had a lot. I was asked earlier in the year to mix an EP. It happened actually right around the time that I finished ProMedia. I definitely used a lot that I learned there in mixing this EP. It was a challenge in many ways, but I think that I had tools in my tool belt, that I may not have had if I hadn't done the training. Recently, I had a great opportunity to work with Dennis Sands. He mentored me and some other mix engineers in the art of score mixing. And we recorded a full orchestra. We all got a copy of our session files. And I think that if I had received a session file with 60 tracks, of audio, I think at another time I might have been intimidated and been like, whoa, I have no idea how to deal with this. But I think that because of the training that I got with ProMedia, I was able to open it up and be like, okay, I see my playlist, I see this, I'm gonna make my subs. I was not scared by it, I was actually excited by it. The benefits I got from training were being more organized, or being better organized, understanding better how to set things up in a way that will save time later. Setting up sessions properly, being able to navigate quicker, being able to come up with solutions in multiple different ways. I think that those are some of the best benefits I got from ProMedia training. I feel a lot more confident in being able to solve challenges and avoid challenges that could be avoided with better organization. I'm looking forward to being more involved musically in what is film scores, but in my mind is classical music. And having a background, having come full circle from a visual side back to an audio side, I feel like I understand how all of those things are meant to come together. I want to give a big shout out to ProMedia Training. I have learned and continue to learn a ton from the group. It's an amazing company, and I am a way better Pro Tools engineer than I was before. I use the talents of the team all the time. I so appreciate everything that I've learned and continue to learn from the team.